Hi everyone, welcome to the Dance Party 247 podcast. I've got myself, DJ Envy, DJ Wongy, DJ T, and the main subject of today is going to be about Twitch and the new copyright laws that they're going to be introducing to their platform, and how about they're clamping down on recorded shows, I believe. I don't think it is live streams. I do believe it's just recorded shows. So over to you, Mr. Wongy.
Every time. Well, like you said, though, yes, there was Twitch put a big announcement up saying about doing streams across it, and that we are now not allowed to play any recorded music whatsoever because it infringes on their copyrights. So, as it is at the moment, I think we can stream live, but we can't record it. We can't put it up as a recording because it, like I say, it does the copyrights. So for a lot of people, they're going to start searching for other places to go, aren't they? You know, other platforms.
Well, yes and no, because obviously we stream across Twitch. That's our main platform that we use. We have their player embedded on our website. I don't think it's actually going to be as bad as the email that was this long that they sent out. It was a massive email, and I don't actually think it's going to be that bad, simply and purely because we had this 3 months ago with Facebook.
Facebook, yeah, I was just about to say that, yeah.
And what are Facebook doing? Nothing. Nothing changed, did it?
No. I mean, effectively, it was supposed to have started at the 1st of October, wasn't it, with Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, and 1st of October come, 2nd of October come. All of a sudden, now you've got people like streaming across it again. Not as bad, but they are still streaming across.
You say that, but there's just as many DJs on there now as there was before. Nothing has changed. I actually think there's probably more DJs now.
Now, maybe,
There's new DJs that are popping up on my, you know, when you go, obviously, if you watch another DJ or you check out what they're doing, and then you'll get a suggestion, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
In your what do they call that thing? In your list, your news feed. News feeds, that's the one. Listen, I ain't been up long, leave me alone. So I'm getting more and more suggestions now for other DJs and stuff. So I think there's more on there now than there was before, and I think Facebook have just gone, I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
that's where I think they're at. I don't think they care, and I think Twitch now have been semi-forced by DCMA. Is that right, T? To
something along the right, probably the right initials, not necessarily in the right order. I can't remember it. DCMA, I think it is.
Yeah, it's all doing digital.
Digital Copyright Millennium Act.
There you go, DCMA. And I think Twitch have they've been forced to do it by them.
Yeah.
Simply and purely because apparently artists who make millions a year need to make more millions because they're greedy. Okay, because they are greedy, and that's what it's about. It's about the record companies making millions more.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And you know they've got enough money. We're a little station. We don't make no money out of our radio station. Everything that we do get goes back in. We're not a profitable organisation. It is literally for DJs to have somewhere to play as a community, and it's not the big boys like Beatport who get stopped, is it? It's people like us.
Well, Beatport don't play by the same rule because they're
getting the fact, but
because
you're welcome to.
The Beatport are not breaking any copyrights because they have permission from the record labels, so they can play all their millions of tracks they got on their service, and then the labels themselves are going through Beatport's Twitch channel to stream themselves. So you got a Junior Deep, for example, who have got a massive, obviously, DJ roster that play for them, as well as obviously produce and make tunes. That they have their own night, and it's streamed through Twitch on Beatport, and Beatport then play their own. So Beatport is basically just the the platform that they use that channel on Twitch. So they're not going to get pulled because the record labels are, because typically the smaller record labels play dance music. They're already given permission. So there's no issue there. So there's no copyright breach. So they're good.
Not technically. It depends. So legally, no, there isn't. But people will make money from streaming on Twitch.
Well,
right?
they make money for streaming on Twitch in terms of a revenue. What they do with that, I don't know. But the Beatport, we've got permission to play all these tunes. We're advertising. This is our marketing. This is what we do for marketing. We play a tune. You like it. You'll come to us. You'll buy it. That's the way it's viewed.
So they're making money. People like us who are making no money, and we do this because we love playing music.
Passion,
and, you know, we want a little community of DJs where people can come and play. It don't cost anything to DJ on our station. You know, and we're the ones that really, really suffer. The small stations like us, because of copyright infringement. When really, I bought that tune. That's mine. Why should I have to pay again and again and again and again and again for something I've already paid for?
Yeah,
it's not right, is it? Let's be honest.
It's like paying tax to tax man, isn't it?
You buy a car, you pay tax on that twice.
Yeah.
You know, everything is just heavily taxed. It doesn't matter where you go. And copyright infringements is pretty much a music tax, isn't it?
It's the same thing, basically.
That is probably the easiest way to explain it. Is it's a tax on the music that you've already bought. That if you want to play it out live, if that venue doesn't have a music license or whatever the case is, you're liable for that. And it's not right.
It's not
fair.
And
I think these companies who are making millions of pounds a year, you know, because even so in a shop, if you play any music source being recorded, so radio, a tape, going back a few years then, a CD, mini disc, MP3, whatever the case is, that shop requires a music license. End of. It doesn't matter if you're a restaurant, a shop, a nightclub, a pub. You have to, if you play any type of recorded music, you have to have a music license, and that's the end of it. So not only are they getting the music license from the shop, when that tune's played on the radio, they get money for that as well. Yeah. They get money for every time it's bought. And then you think of, well, not so much now, but all the clubs, they're having music licenses. The festivals, music licenses. It's ridiculous. It is just beyond the joke. Millions of pounds every day. Every day. And then there's, you know, like I say, people like us who are doing it because we love doing it. We don't make no money from it, not a penny. In fact, it actually costs us to run the station, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Yeah, it does.
It actually costs us to run the station. We want to entertain people and give people...
We do actually pay the pro license on Mixcloud, and Mixcloud give a proportion of that to obviously the licenses.
I was having a rant about Twitch, mate.
I know you're having a rant about Twitch. However, there are legal alternatives, but from a point of view of DJing, why would you go across a stream that you'll have 3 or 4 people maybe log into your set, as where you look on Twitch, there's thousands and thousands of people logging into sometimes just random people. You're thinking, how the heck have you got that many people? Is it because you're on the platform long enough to gain enough people? Because
we don't know,
sometimes you're thinking, how the heck do you get those figures when your music and or your skill level and or your production or your film, so your camera or your set or whatever is can be improved. Yeah.
I tell you one thing, that because you've touched on the legal streaming Mixcloud that we own, that we have, which does make us a legal radio station. I think Twitch, we know this ain't going to happen because we've researched this, haven't we? If Twitch done a DJ version of Twitch, embeddable player, you know, and charge, I don't know, $20 a month, $10 a month, $15 a month, whatever they wanted.
You know what? I bet you bet 30, 40, or $50 people would pay.
Yes,
They
because
would.
the amount of people on there.
Yeah, I
would.
mean, I
But
don't.
let's
Okay,
keep
I
that
don't
quiet.
know.
Shh.
I don't know what the figures would be in terms of them to have to make it obviously viable. I'll say profitable, but viable. But Mixcloud themselves, it's £9. That's what we pay, £9. So obviously, it's not going to cost an arm and a leg to make it viable per stream, and there's thousands of DJs on Twitch. There's thousands, as where there's hundreds
It
on
would be more
Mixcloud.
profitable than Mixcloud, surely.
You'd have thought so, just by pure volume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at it like this, right? So, say they do across the board at some point go, if you play licensed music, that's it, you off. Yeah, right? Everyone's going to go to Mixcloud. Twitch will see a huge drop in revenue, and that would be the biggest mistake they made. The biggest mistake. You've got people like Carl Cox on Twitch, Fatboy Slim on Twitch. You've got, I think DJsdo on Twitch at some point as well.
Yeah, but they don't play the same rules, do they?
No, but who is it who got pulled for playing their own music on Facebook? That it was their music, but they didn't own the copyright to it.
I don't know.
It was you that told me about it.
Was it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Oh, God.
I know.
We run a professional podcast here.
I know I made a tune up of samples for a festival we did back in Summer Mindful, and I played that tune, and that tune straight away triggered Facebook algorithm, and it's a tune of samples that I made up. So all those samples put together, doesn't matter. All the samples you can put down in the world, there's basically obviously you pull from these, pull from those, but it recognised, the algorithm recognised it for some reason, decided to pull it when there would be no combination ever in the world ever, except for what I did, put them together, and I didn't make the tune, I didn't sit there all the notes, but I just went quickly, pull this, pull that. It was done for an advert, and then you asked me to extend it, so I extended it to make it a track, and put the voiceover for the advert in the breaks as well, so it became a track, and then that track got pulled on Facebook.
Yeah.
And technically,
I bought those stems.
It was royalty free, wasn't it?
I bought those, and I have the right to use them, yeah.
And we still got pulled.
So I did anyway.
It just goes to show that the algorithms are faulty.
Yeah.
Because the algorithms they're obviously using are not the best. Because I've done a whole set on Facebook for 2 hours, not got pulled once. But then I could go on the next week, play very, very similar tracks, and get pulled in half an hour.
Yeah.
I think typically looking at the DJs that we have on, it's typically about 55 minutes. If you're playing sort of more underground stuff, if you're playing commercial stuff, it'll trigger it every 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
What I would say is that Twitch in their email did say that it doesn't fit with them to charge. Now I know everything is not always about money, but it is about money. You still need money to make the world go around. So they don't want to charge, but if you you don't have to have, they can have a separate platform. They can make it a completely separate platform. I think it was what you were
that's what I was getting at.
Saying before, or you can still have it on the current platform and just choose, because some of the gamers would pay for the music license as well. It's not just the DJs, because there's a lot of gamers are falling short of the standards that obviously that we have to adhere to on Twitch. So that's why it went out to every single person, not a case of, well, you have been playing copyright music, we've muted your stuff, you need to get rid of your videos. It did indicate that it may well be obviously suggested not to do live shows, because then or live music, therefore it's nothing's recorded. What we've done at our end is we're following suit, which many DJs are, just turn off the recording, and no one's physically getting barred at the moment until we hear or know people are, then we'll just carry on with no recordings. If we do, then we got other platforms which we can go down. But it's not in their interest, which I thought was like, well, you can charge a bit of money, you get an ad revenue, so if you're not interested in money, why have ads on there as well? Why have affiliate marketing there, affiliate association of partners on there, because they're making money, you're making money, then it is money at the end of the day, and you could charge a proportion to have a license on there, or set up. It would not cost them very little to have a platform, because they can take all their software, everything they got embedded in it, and just basically plonk it, copy and paste it, and plonk it. They can duplicate it, but they could do it on the same platform. They could just basically put a paid section on it.
Yeah, they don't even. They just need to make up a new page, don't they? Pretty much, that is a new page with basically just copy exactly what they got and just make that in addition.
And then all they'd have to do is then appropriate out the funds to wherever they need to go at the other end to make the artists, to make the recording and the record companies happy.
Mixcloud pay £9.
No, they don't pay £9. They charge £9.
We pay £9 to Mixcloud, right?
Yeah.
So a £9 fee every month covers the cost of how much it costs them to buy their license.
And then
to run the website
and for them to
staff and everything.
And for them to distribute back to obviously the record companies and the writers and everything like that. Yeah, the artists.
In sense, would say, because we all know Twitch is owned by Amazon. We know this. And we know the Amazon owner is a bit of a trillionaire now. So money, like you say, is very important to him. He's a trillionaire. He's loaded. One of the richest men in the world now, isn't he?
Yeah. He hasn't got enough money. Just need more.
I think he might actually be the richest. I won't quote that.
Yes, he is, as far as I know.
Yeah. And Twitch is saying it ain't about money. Well,
what's it about then?
The guy's the richest man on the planet. Money.
Okay, they could turn around and say, okay, it's not about money, but we'll charge you because there's enough interest. We'll do it at a rate that basically it doesn't make money or doesn't lose money. So we'll put it at that level. So therefore, keep them with the ethos that it's either free or non-profit.
Well, non-profit would be the way forward if it's not about pennies, isn't it? How about going? Well, what we'll do, we'll take a revenue from this, we'll pay the copyright people, and then the rest of the money we'll give to charity. Why not do that?
Or even change the model around in terms of affiliate and partnership, in terms of the percentages of what's paid out. There's different ways you can do it.
Yeah, but what do we know? Because we're just DJs, and as we know, DJs are simple people. We're happy with most things. But yeah, obviously, maybe I need to be in charge of Twitch. So I wouldn't be having all this rubbish that they're talking about now.
Well, actually, technically, there is a money element already, because people have the opportunity to subscribe, don't they? And they can subscribe at three or four different rates. I think it's at least 3 different rates. Starts at $4.99 and then goes $9.99. I think goes up to $24.99. Different rates which somebody off their own back as a fan can go, I want to subscribe, and pretty much all you get for it is an emoji, and then it's a 60-40 split, I think, with Amazon. I don't know because we don't do that, but there's different ways.
That in a minute, actually, how we would have got caught up in that just to make people aware.
Yeah, there's different ways of which you can obviously sort of cover costs, either a subscription fee or change the as in a subscription, as in you would pay for the music license, like we're saying Mixcloud, you're paying $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, whatever it may be. I mean, after that, it probably gets a bit too non-viable for the individual. But there's certainly, when you're talking to thousands of DJs, then there's an income source there for the record companies to make it legal, because what will happen is that in reality is that if you have, say, 10,000 DJs on the internet and they're all streaming, especially in a lockdown situation here in the UK, we're in lockdown number 2 on the way into Christmas as we're recording this, then those 10,000 DJs will find a home on one of the platforms somewhere, so that revenue is being missed out on. So they want to get that revenue, find a home for those 10,000 DJs to get some money back as revenue. You might not be able to, or might not be as profitable as other income streams, but you can make money off those 10,000 DJs streaming. As at the moment, we're going to go around to places where we're getting a bit of traction on Facebook or on Twitch. Yeah, there's other platforms out there. Basically, there's hardly any traction, but you can find other homes on streaming on the internet, and they're missing out on everything. The only place, there's a handful of places that will charge, which I think Play DJ is one of them. Mixcloud is another one. But the reason people don't go to there so much is because basically, bottom line is that you're going to get very little numbers. So as you're a DJ, what's going to make you get the kick out of DJing? Now, there should be like whether you got 1 or 3 or 30 or 300. But when you see in your left-hand little box and it says 3,000 or 3.3K, you're telling me you're going to throw that away and just have 10, 20, 30?
You're not, are you?
No.
People say it's not about the numbers, but no one in the right mind is going to... It's like having a Ferrari and saying, I don't need the Ferrari, I'm going to take my little Skoda Yeti out, and that's all I ever need. You know what I mean? It's like,
you ain't going to do it.
Yeah, it's like falling off a cliff, isn't it? You know, if you've got your numbers up there, and all of a sudden you're going to go, it's like falling off a cliff and hitting the bottom. That's what it felt like to a DJ.
You wouldn't do it. I mean, we would love to have 30 people. Don't get me wrong, we would love it because we haven't hit 30 yet. But if you're going from 3,000 to 30, your attitude is like, I can't be bothered. Why should I do it?
Yeah, cool.
30 is none.
It's like running a brick wall,
is it? So it does matter. People say these things on face value, but the reality is that if we get double figures, we're going, we're having a good session, we're having a great one. It's like, and if we have single figures, or it goes down to no one when you first log on because you're the first DJ, and you go like, okay. It does make a big difference to the mood and how you feel and how you perceive it goes.
I tell you what else does matter as well, the interaction you get off of Twitch. Because Mixcloud, no one talks.
No.
I'll be honest with you, no one talks. And we've had numbers on there lately. Now Mixcloud have the how many people are live. You can see. There's no interaction.
You know, it was summed up nicely this week. Having received this email, which I then watched Digital DJ Tips. Seems to be we're advertising them quite a bit on our podcast recently. But we need
to get them on for a podcast. Digital DJ Tips. If you check this out, please get in touch.
Yeah, we wouldn't even come on their radar. But anyway, they're on our radar. They're on our radar. And I think it's Pete is his name. And basically on it was a Thursday, and he goes across all of the platforms, live streaming. And I missed it, and I watched it on the replay just to see what he was going to say about Twitch, because I knew somebody would bring it up as a question at some point. And basically he said that if relating to Mixcloud, obviously if it does clamp down and we can't DJ there, he says unfortunately, if you want to make it on Mixcloud, it's an echo. Now I would have phrased it slightly differently, a more derogative way, but we'll leave it what he says. Basically what he means is that Mixcloud is full of DJs. That's what he's saying. There's DJs on there and there's DJs playing. There's no listeners.
Yeah.
People not going there for the music. You go to Twitch. Now, from a gaming point of view, and for those who are successful DJing, you have DJs on there, and you have gamers on there, but you have people watching as well. Yep. So that's what we found with all these groups on Facebook as well. You go in there, you promote this and the other, and basically, who's on there? It's not listeners. Listeners not going there to find the music. It's DJs promoting, and it's other DJs promoting against other DJs promoting. That's what it is.
All you're doing is promoting to other DJs, and 9 out of 10 times, I ain't going to log into someone I don't know unless it's a big name.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not. If you've got Carl Cox playing, you've got DJsdo, you've got Armin van Helden, you've got any of them big boys playing. Well,
the thing is that you got, from my point of view, I'll be totally sure. My mindset is that I would like to listen to something that I typically, when I'm streaming, play stuff that I like to listen to. If you're doing a job, then you might play different genres you were asked to play, which is something you might not necessarily listen to. But we've got the freedom to play what we like, so therefore you play what you like. So I would like to listen to something similar, and if I can't find anything on the internet, why would I listen to another DJ when I can just listen to one of my own mixes or one of our own DJs, support them, than somebody I don't know playing a genre that I'm like, I'm not too sure on. You're not going to do it. You're just not going to do it. So, until these other platforms have got listeners in there, or platform built up, or you're bringing your listenership across from a different social media platform, then that's where DJs are going to go. They're going to go where they feel traction, and you feel traction in terms of numbers for listening because on Facebook, because it's the biggest platform in the world, and you go on there and it's your friends and family and associates, and then they will just log in, but they don't stay that long, but you do get numbers. And on Twitch, you will get numbers if you build up your profile over time. You'll get numbers, a percentage will log in.
I tell you what we do get though. We don't really get that many from Twitch, from Facebook anymore.
No.
Most of our listeners now come from Twitch and our main website.
Yes.
We don't actually get much from Facebook. A lot of them have now gone, well, I'm fed up with Facebook, keep getting cut off. and they have moved over to our own website, which is good for us. But then at the same time, you're limiting yourself, because if you don't go across Facebook, you do lose a few. You do lose a few, don't you?
Okay.
We're not across Facebook.
When we're talking the numbers that we're getting, 2 or 3 people makes a difference. If you're talking long term, if you having your 3,000 people on Twitch, you wouldn't go on Facebook. But then again, you can't go on Facebook anyway. I'm not going to take your thunder, Envy, because I know you're itching to say this. Why can't you go across another platform?
Right. So if you're a partner,
Affiliate or a partner,
basically any type of affiliate with Twitch, they make it so they basically own you. So you can't stream across Twitch and Facebook at the same time, or across Mixcloud at the same time. They make it so you can't do that.
Yeah.
Although certain big artists do, but I'm guessing because they're mega superstars like Mr. Fatboy Slim and Idris Elba.
They don't care, do they? They're going to care.
Well, like I said, there's always one rule for one.
But for people like us, the smaller guys, we would get punished for that. They would take our affiliate away. So at the station, we decided that Twitch were taking the mick, basically, and we decided not to go down that road in the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we nearly did.
Yeah, because
we were very close.
We stream across multiple platforms, and we collate those figures. So that's the figure that you have for that stream. So if you came to the website, for example, the embedded player, which is currently Twitch, you might see 5 or 6 or 7 people, but you might have another 5 or 10 on another couple of platforms. So you've got 15, 20 people or have you locked in.
I'll tell you what we did the other day. We went across, what was it called again? Smackcast, wasn't it?
Smashcast.
Smashcast. And me and T was trying to sort this stream out, and basically what happened was we had 6 people listening to no music. All they could see was me standing in front of my PC talking on the phone to T and just doing nothing. And people were locking into that.
Yeah.
And that was an unknown platform to us until about 2 weeks ago.
Maybe we should do more of that. just leave a webcam on with nothing going on.
Yeah,
in the middle of nowhere.
We'll stop playing music and just leave dead air. People seem to log into that. But that's what we're saying, isn't it? There are these unknown sites that you can use. And if you was to affiliate with Twitch in any way, shape or form, and they found out, they would take your affiliate away from you.
Yes.
I would assume that would be the consequence.
Yeah, I'm sure obviously they give you a warning and stuff first, but yeah, they want you exclusive, because obviously they play adverts across, or you can actually run adverts yourself from the dashboard. You can put an advert on, because obviously you're going to get a money to stream for that. So if somebody logs in, they get an advert, or you want to have a break. We have a advert that runs between DJs currently, although that will change because we're changing the way we stream a little bit. But we have an advert, so basically one DJ comes off, another comes on, and an advert comes on. It's only our own in-house advert, but it's an advert nonetheless, and it's a video advert, and you can do that directly. If you want to earn a bit more money, you can push a few adverts. If you need to go to the toilet, you can put a 2-minute advert, stuff like that, for your gaming or even DJing. You know what I mean? It's like we do that sometimes when we're changing genres. If we're going to change a genre at the top of the hour or what have you.
Yeah.
So that's but you can't do that if you stream across multiple platforms. So that's why they keep you in house.
And that's something that we totally disagreed with.
Only because if the numbers are big enough, if we were getting bigger numbers on Twitch, then it's worth us doing it on Twitch. But because we're getting handfuls from this one, handful from that one, handful from the other one, that makes a big difference to us.
Oh yeah, massive.
Yeah,
that's the reason why.
No, definitely. Okay, guys, I think that pretty much wraps up our rant about Twitch and how they're potentially going to be cutting live broadcasts. Potentially, maybe in the future, we don't know yet. It could be the next big thing.
Wait and see, won't we? Yeah.
Could be the next big thing to happen.
Well,
excuse me. Yes, it could well be. Yeah, we don't know.
But
we're just playing it day by day, set by set, DJ by DJ, set by set, day by day, literally.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
nothing else we can do.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. Do feel free to leave comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and click the notification bell so you know when we're going live. I'm the DJ Wongy. You've had the DJ T. There's the DJ Envy. Say goodbye.
Saying goodbye.